Hello, 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 everybody. What is going up in YouTube? Okay, let's see. Just making sure this is popping up okay. Yep, looks all right. Let's see. Awesome. Awesome. Let me just make sure that cool. Nice. I'm gonna bring that down just a little so I can hear everything. Let's see. I just had somebody ask over in Discord. Let's see. Coming in. I see some people loving on the stream here. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. Um, yeah, hey, throw some comments in the chat just to say hello, just to make sure that I know that everything's connected properly. But I think I saw some reactions. There you go. There they are. Hey, guys. Yeah, sorry. So it was 5 o'clock, at least my time, um, where everything yeah came through okay, but it was like right there. Uh, because I'm trying to connect some stuff. So what I got right now is I don't have any guests today because, like I said, Mr. 3D Errorist was delaying getting back to me because he's too cool and he was doing too many other awesome things. And so by the time I got around to scheduling this thing, the people that potentially could have done it are too busy doing other things, which is totally cool. Um, yeah, sorry, 3D. Is you're stuck with me. So anyway, so yeah, I'm working on welcome Daniel and Jakov. Nice to see you guys here. So I'm pretty sleepy already. Not sure for how long I'll be here. That's quite all right. Like I said, I can in the Discord, I can read you guys a lullaby if you want. You know, I can turn on the slow, nice radio voice. I don't know how well that sounds over live stream, but this is what I'm working on. I don't know if you guys saw last time. Let me actually see if I can highlight this for you guys. I think that the live stream, let's see, on that side of things, it's actually coming out a little bit blurry, but that's just going to happen right now. So let me see if I can. I want to highlight this dude, which is also me. Sorry, we're learning together. So I'm back to Riverside. For those that have been keeping track of what I've been streaming on, I was on Riverside for quite a while, and then I jumped over to StreamYard for a little while, and now I'm back to Riverside. Riverside doesn't do as good a job at live streaming, but the post production is just like so vastly superior. So I think you're going to be stuck with a split screen, which should be okay. But um, this guy here is you guys I think have kind of been keeping up with it, but this is where we left off last week. So I got this busted ass guy. Ooh, sorry, but this busted guy. So this was a tester version that I did. This is a 3D model that I got off of Thingiverse, and so I painted. So I have this big boy here that I painted, and this is the largest size that my 3D printer would allow. Um, so I did this, and it was nice, one full piece, so it looked more like this. This is from Dead Space, um, but it shattered. But it works pretty well because I get these other pieces, um, which I gotta bang up. Maybe I'll bang them up tonight. I think I might just focus on this guy to actually do some painting. I'm actually curious because I know that you guys in the comments are 3D modelers, but have you guys done any painting to your models? Have you guys tried printing them and then painting them? How long did it take me to print the one? Um, geez, this took hours. Once I once I set it to print, um, it took quite a while. Oop, okay. Once I you guys can still hear me, right? Yeah, you should be able to. Yeah, so this took probably, I think, 4 hours to print. This is a resin print. So like it dips it down and then brings it back up and dips it down and brings it back up. And it takes a long time. I got pictures on my Patreon and I think in the Discord of what the like different processes of this particular guy was. But yeah, so that's how long that took. So that's why I actually printed 2 of these guys, because these only took like an hour to print. They're way smaller. They're like little thimble size, you know. And I was able to test out the different methods of what I wanted to do. Like, was what I was working on gonna to work properly? So what I did was I took, I think, 4 layers of paint on this. So I did a couple coats of primer. I did like a gray, and then I did a black on top of that, and then 2 different colors of bronze. So I did like this very bright copper and then this hammered bronze. And so then that way, as I'm like scratching the surface, because the whole idea is that this is I think his name's Isaac in Dead Space 3 and or all the Dead Spaces, but like it's getting banged up from the claws and whatever, so you get the blood splatter. But the idea was to like scrape it up and then you'd get to the lower ends of the metal, and so you can see some of the gray and some of the black. And so on this one I did that. This one I actually didn't do I didn't do the layer of black, which is kind of hurting me right now, because you can see that there is no real like black in here, so there's not much contrast between um, the gray and the copper. So that's something that I'm gonna actually end up probably right now painting a little bit of black accents into there. All right, so let's see. What'd you guys say? We are poor. No printing, not making anything real ever. That's what Daniel says. 3D says we are poor artists. We don't have enough American money to buy one. Touche. Daniel says, ha ha. I don't have a 3D printer, sadly. Real, that's Jakov. And Daniel says, I would like to print a quintrino now, though. A quintrino? I don't know what a quintrino is. I think once Dave was asking about models to print, maybe he could. Yeah, so I don't have my printer right now. It's my, speaking of American money, it's still expensive. And I don't have, I'm not made of it. So my cousin and I actually went 50-50 on it. And so now it's living at his house for right now. So, but that's fine. But if you guys wanted something printed, I mean, shipping over to there would be, I think it's $100. Just no matter what it is, I could ship you a pebble, and it's going to be $100 just to get out of the country. So yeah, I don't think that'd be overly useful. But let's see. I think once Dave asked about. Now we know Dave didn't have his coffee and checking Discord. Yeah. By the way, I have Discord off right now because I don't want the stream to look even worse. So like this, what you're seeing, this view here is my phone, and so that's on Wi-Fi. And anyway, so it actually doesn't look as bad as it did last week. So, but anyway, yeah. So that's where we're at. Let me see what we got. So I'm not an expert by any means on painting, but you wouldn't know that by the vast amount of paints that I have. This is only just a portion of them. I have probably double this, but I have a wonderful wife that is too good to me. All right, so what do I got to do? What do you guys say? Now we know, David. Yeah, it's because the Quintrino Dan created. Oh, is that thing that you guys? I only skimmed through it because I'm so far behind on that Discord channel. Where it was like it had all those different elements to it, where it was like everything was interlocking. And I saw that you had some sort of mathematical issue that you checked it out on some website. But again, I just skimmed through because there's so many messages I need to catch up on. Let's see, where's my paints? I mean, my brush is. If you guys ever do need to, if you ever did want to do mini painting, this is a really nice brush set from Amazon. I think this was like $20, but they have these really nice handles on them, and so you have this. You can see like it's nice to hold, and these were like $20, American dollars. I don't know what that would be over there, or if it would even be more. I don't know. I'm in America. I take too much stuff for granted, but it's okay because Philip makes sure that that my ego doesn't get too big. All right, what's you say? 3D says it's because oh yeah, okay. And then Dane says I have no idea how much it costs, but there seemed to be a 3D printing as a service. Yeah, you could definitely do 3D printing as a service. Let's see. With printing, I meant more printing and using for your own work. Dave. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's so true with the delivery costs. Yeah, it's nuts. Jakov says it's that. Is that a little too complex for a 3D printer? So from what I was looking at, yes. I need to see. I need to see what it is. But what you could do is actually maybe do it in pieces and then kind of glue them together, because otherwise a 3D printer, when you have, oh shoot, I don't have, actually, I can't use my phone. The 3D printer will create these struts, and it looks like scaffolding. And if you have too many pieces that need to be supported, that's supporting is what those little struts do. When you do that, if you have too many pieces, from what I remember of that image, they were like interlocking things on the inside, so you have like three-dimensional like elements, and I think they'd probably get kind of messed up with the struts, with the supports. So yeah, so what I would do to solve that, break it apart, do it into separate different pieces, like maybe the small pieces, the inside pieces, and then just kind of like put it together like a puzzle, and then paint it from there, or maybe paint the insides, and then yeah, that would probably be best. So let's see, the too complex dances. Yes, exactly. I write too much rubbish. I get the message. Yeah. 3D was posted. My English couldn't be more broken. What message you got? Dave is lagging behind all the messages, so I should be more to the point. Oh, am I? Yeah, I mean, I'm just seeing them as they come through. Yeah, he gets it. Okay. Now you guys do your thing. Sorry, I'm I need a mod to tell me what's going on. So, maybe when I'm super ultra mega famous with YouTube, I can I'll hire one of you guys to be my mods. The messages at Discord, I meant. Oh yeah. Not here. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm way behind. Okay, I need a black. Oh, while I'm looking for my black, there's some Master Chief action for you. Master Chief as Buddha. That's one of my favorite 3D prints that I ever got. All right, we got Dungeon Stone. Yeah, I was incommunicado for a few days because I had a really good gig that I was on down in Boston, actually. That's the image that I posted on the Creative Den, where I think Philip had said that it looked like I was scratching someone's back. But that was the shadow of the DP and the interviewer. So, all right, there we go. Makes sense now with the messages. We are very expensive, so be ready. Hey, man, by the time I can hire people, oh man, I'm gonna have so much money. It's not gonna be funny. So, of Peter McKinnon money. Although I wonder how popular he is nowadays. I haven't really been following him for quite a while. Makes sense now with the messages. Is this a Power Ranger Buddha or what? Wait, do you not know who Master Chief is? Philip. Don't tell me you don't know who Master Chief is from Halo. Come on, really? Oh my god. Um, Power Ranger Buddha. We should send a watchdog cap to Dave. Oh yeah, hey, I'd wear it. I'd wear it. I still haven't played Watch Dogs, but for you guys, I'd wear it. Let's see. Maybe we should send a watchdog Buddha. Maybe we can print the cap from last time. Yeah. What's the biggest thing you've 3D printed? Daniel says yes. No, not watch, not play. Philip, I feel so sad for you that you don't know who Master Chief is. It's one of those things that like don't whatever you do, please whatever you do, don't watch the new Paramount show. Well, not new; it's been out for a couple of years. The Halo Master, the Halo show that's streaming right now. Um, it I only needed to see a couple little screenshots of it. It's it's not going to be the same thing. It's such a cool, rich universe, but Halo is awesome. It's what made Xbox Live Halo 2. It's what made Xbox Live like really take off, which is also like basically when all the other console games or consoles started to take notice of Live. Anyway, it was freaking awesome. Anyway, that's what that is. Not a sad man. Okay, not watch. We could for sure with the cap. Yeah, so you're talking about 3D printing the cap and then painting it. Yeah, I could do that. This is the biggest that I've gone, Jakov, um, because I can get taller, but I can't go much wider at all because of the supports. When you print this, it needs to have a little like oh, what's it called, raft that it sits on, and then that way the supports come from the raft. So this is the biggest that I've printed. I almost tried to do this with I almost thought about doing it in pieces so that it could be huge, but in order to make it like almost to the size where you could wear it originally, so the whole idea behind this was that I made this a lamp. I put some lights in the one that I gave to my friend for his birthday, and I mean it's the full on one that has the whole face mask and everything, but he puts lights on in it. Now in the game for um, Dead Space, the depending on the helmet that you're wearing, they all basically look the same, but you could have different colors like emanating from it. So there's like I think the one that I always had was like a turquoisey color. So I gave him that, but he could always change the color of the um, red or whatever color you wanted. I have a picture of it. God, I don't remember if I put it on the den or not. I can post it to your stuff later. I know that I definitely have it on my Discord. I mean, my Patreon, the free Patreon. I do have a paid Patreon, but I don't really do anything with it right now because I'm just interested in kind of learning the platform and just getting some conversation going over there. So yeah, there we go. Okay, what do we got? Oh, what's up, Brian? No, make a cap for a Halo character. Oh yeah, for sure, you guys. Yeah. Man, who would you do? Do you guys know? I know that Philip doesn't know, but do you guys know who anything about Halo and Master Chief? I can't imagine Brian doesn't. I should check where is possible to watch. No, Philip, don't watch it. Don't watch it. It's not Halo. It's just Halo in name. It's one of the biggest things is that Master Chief never takes off his helmet. This helmet never takes it off. The only way that you know him is by sight and by his voice. And one of the first things that they do in the show, and actually the promotional posters, the guy doesn't have his helmet on. He's not like he's supposed to be Master Chief, but he's not Master Chief. Um, Master Chief has got a very distinguishable voice, and you have Spartans, which all wear these helmets, and that's fine. They can take their helmets off, but like his identifying characteristics, almost like the Mandalorian, don't take off the helmet. Um, it's just no. don't watch it. Please don't watch it. I would hurt for you if you watched it. What's up, Brian Jackoff says, welcome, welcome. Kind of multitasking wife is here and we are watching. You've got mail. Oh, so if I don't respond, blame at 3D Iris. That is what I've been doing all day, is to blame him. Say hi to your wife for me. You Got Mail is a good movie. You have paid Dave. It is not possible to comment without paying you. To comment without paying you. Are you saying that people have to give me super thanks? Is that what you mean with on my comment section? It's been canceled. Oh, I know. Thank God, Brian. Sorry. I mean, I shouldn't say that. There might be people that are enjoying it, but it's just such a bad representation of the IP. And I was really excited about it because they had got the same actress that did Cortana, and they didn't go with the voice actor from the guy that played Master Chief, but I think he's getting a little bit older now. I really don't know exactly how old he is. I think he's in his 70s. I'm not sure. I could be totally wrong, but I mean, that stuff came out in the early 2000s, I think, late 90s, early 2000s. The game, that is. And so I was really excited. I'm like, oh man, if they're going for original cast, they're really trying to do fan service really well, especially because they that has been such a fight because there's, I think, 3 studios that own different parts of the intellectual property. So like, I don't remember who it is. Like Universal owns some aspect of it, and they were like fighting on who's paying what and what's going where and creative direction and the whole thing. And it finally came out, and it looks just terrible. Let's see, it's been canceled. I know Halo and Master Chief, but I never played it. Daniel says, I'm too slow for multiplayer. Hey, I hear you on that. 3 years. I think I lost the point with me and the title of the movie and your wife, Brian. Haha. Was the Halo based on a book? I have to check this out. So comment on Patreon, not possible without going pro. Oh, you can't comment. Really? I thought you could comment now because they have that free tier, and so you could do a lot of stuff with free. I wonder if I have to activate something. They're adding new elements to it all the time. But Halo, so I'll give you the. It was originally a game, and they do have books, and you can read the books. It's a very rich universe, and basically you have these. You have different aliens. In the first book, it's the Covenant, which look like crazy alien dudes, like big mandibles, depending on who they are, but they get these big mandibles and these funny little short little comic relief guys. And then you have the Flood, which are basically like infested whatever, so they could be humans or Covenant. And so the Halos are built, they're these big rings in space that when they activate, they wipe out all life in the galaxy or the solar system that they're in. Might be more than just the solar system, but there's multiple halos throughout the universe. And the idea was that it was the precursors. I don't remember what their names were, but I'm just going to call them the precursors. They built them to eradicate the Flood because the Flood infests everything. So that basically zombifies whatever it hits. But like, they're zombies, but they can run and like shoot and kill and everything. So they're scary zombie alien things. And so their answer was to create these halos, which when you're on the halo, it's like you're on Earth. Like you're running around on is such a big thing. Look up an image of it. It's really cool. Yeah. Oh no, I let this dry because I was too busy talking. Shoot. Maybe I can. rid of it. Looks like the last Halo. Let's see. Comment on Patreon not possible. Looks like the last Halo Infinite got mixed reviews on Steam. Yeah, so I got Infinite. I didn't buy it. I had it as part of the Xbox Live Game Pass thing, and it was okay when it first came out. It definitely didn't have all the features that we thought it would, but what else is new? All these freaking gaming companies are doing that. And if you were trying to play multiplayer, it was severely lacking. Supposedly, I never played the multiplayer. It had some good potential. I will say that it did kind of go back true to form with the way that it felt playing Master Chief. After Halo 3 ODST, I think, Bungie was no longer involved. It was 343 Industries. And at some point, I think it was 4, it started to feel like a space war game with a Halo skin. It didn't feel like Halo. The way that like the mechanics were, the way that the stuff moved around. One of the things that was so satisfying about Halo, not only the the storyline was great, the acting was good, but the it just felt good to play. Bungie did it again with Destiny. Um, Playing the first person shooter, like the firing, the jumping, the moving around is just so kind of like organic. It just feels really good. But yeah, I remember there was a scene, actually it might have been, it was either 4 or 5 in the elevator shaft early on in the game, and it just felt, I was like, this does not feel like Halo at all. Like you're climbing up the elevator shaft and the thing falls, and it's just, anyway. So Infinite was kind of a return to feeling like Halo, but it fell, it had some upgrades to it for sure, but it had a lot of things that kind of fell flat, that didn't really get fleshed out. It's like the idea was there, but so case in point, there's these spots on the map that you can free up, and then so they're these little bases from the USMC, so U.S. Marine Corps. That's not right. US. I'm just gonna say USMC. I think that's right, but I'm not sure. But you'd free them up from the Covenant, and now all of a sudden you have control over them. So then you can get, reinforcements. Well, you can't get reinforcements, but you can like order in weapons and things like that. And that seemed like a cool idea, but I feel like it wasn't as fleshed out as we thought it was going to be. So, and then it went quite a while. The story was good. It was fun to play. I'll say that, but there were some elements that just didn't feel delivered on. But I mean, what else is new with video games? That's just kind of the way they are nowadays. All right, so it looks like the last Halo Infinite. I have Everland app, and they have Halo there. You just checked it. I don't know what the Everland app is. Oh, it's books as well. Yeah. Books. There's quite a few Halo books. I got, I think 4 or 5 of them. And regarding not taking off helmets by Mandalorians, it was broken in the production. He was without it for a bit. On the last production. Oh, I didn't know that. So this is something I haven't watched. I've watched part of The Mandalorian. I think I've seen the whole first season. Yeah, I've seen the whole first season. I think I've watched part of the second season, but I didn't finish it. So maybe you can hate on me for not seeing it, not finishing it. So yeah, guys, I don't know. I mean, you guys are 3D modelers. There's something really gratifying about seeing your work in a tangible environment, where, like, so for me as a photographer or doing Photoshop artwork that I've done, when I print it, like, yeah, I mean, you guys have seen that. When I print it like that, let my screen catch up. Hold on. Sorry, I can't. Yeah, that guy right there. Okay. So that is that's a Photoshop artwork that I did. It's and that, oh, you guys can't see that at all. Okay, well, there's one of my buddies that I turned into a Jedi, or no, sorry, a Sith, and then next to it is something completely different. But they're all artwork that I did with Photoshop. But it's like it's completely different when like there's such a gratification when you have it like tangible. So if you guys ever have a chance, I don't know if you guys could print your stuff in your library. Our library here has a 3D printer. It's not a resin printer. Resin printers give you this nice, very detailed print, whereas the filament printers are kind of the more traditional ones. But you can usually print way bigger because they can have a much bigger plate because you have the thing that goes around and it prints and it just keeps going. So if you guys ever get a chance, or if you wanted me to try to print something next time I have the printer when it's back to be my time, I'll print some up. We could see about how much it costs to ship, but keep in mind we're a broke artist. We don't have enough American money. Yes, I see that again. I like that you're throwing in my face American money. I will say that I do have American money, not much of it, but I also have American bills, so that's a big thing. Not that I'm crying about it, but God, what I wouldn't give for universal health care. Do you guys all have universal health care? The dollar used to be way strong in the past. Yeah. Yep, sure did. We had a golden era. Okay, what do I want to do here? I was telling Maggie just the other day, I feel like I grew up in such a good time. So like I was born in the 80s and then I got like the 90s were like my time, and the 90s were just really good financially to people. And I mean I still grew up what I would call poor, but we grew up just fine. And but as an adult with student loans and rent and everything, I feel like oh, there's no hope. But there is. I'm not getting negative. But you guys watch anything on like all these shorts and stuff? I'm curious what it's like over there for you guys. I know that it's just expensive freaking everywhere. But the dollar used to be way stronger. Yeah, yeah. So what I'm doing here is I'm I'm painting my fingers. That's really what I'm trying to do here. So we don't have American money, but we have free health and education. Yeah, dude, the education is crazy. So Maggie and I both have student loans, and that's so once they come, the way that it works, at least with our loans, is that when you get out of college, you have to pay this much, and then as the years go, you have to pay more and more because their expectation is that you're going to be making more because you have more experience, so you can get more money, and so they give you this kind of like grace period before you have to spend $700-800 a month in your student loans, and so that's just student loans. And then we bought a car, a used car, dude, a used car. Um, and I never thought in my life I would spend $30,000 on a car. That's what we had to spend on a used car last year, not even a year ago. It was this year. But we had no other choice. We couldn't find anything that was not just a piece of garbage. But I think you said that your car situation is very similar over there. So let's see. What do I want? Do we want to do? I'm going to try some of this silver. See how that looks. Oh, if you guys decide to get paints, these are awesome paints. this is the Dungeons and Dragons version, but this is an army painter paint, and so where is it? Oh yeah, so I have the other package that's the army paint. It looks exactly the same. So army painter is my preferred because you can take this off and just like dip one drop or however many drops you want. But they have these little silver balls that you put in here. Can you hear that? You shake it up, and that silver ball helps to keep it from getting like all congealed and solid. So well worth it. I think it cost me $10 or $8 for 100 of the balls. So yeah, way better. Okay, so one thing that if you do decide to do this stuff, this is a silver. So any metallic things you don't want to put in your wet palette, which is what I got over here. This is my wet palette. Because then the metallic flake things, I don't know if they're actually metal, but I doubt it. But those little metallic flaky things will kind of screw up your wet palette. So there you go. All right, what do we got? We don't have American money. Okay, not only free education, there is a limit, but you get X amount of money from the government monthly as a student. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. There's certain states like California. When I moved out there, oh, you know what? I want to darken that up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. When I went to California, Maggie told me, she said, "Why don't you go get community college? We have community college, which you guys might have, but basically it's." I think you guys do have it, but you call it something else, intermediary college or something. So we have high school that goes to 12th grade. So you're 18 years old when you graduate high school, typically. And then you can go into full on 4-year college or university, or you can go to community college, which is cheaper and it's 2 years. And so people will get like maybe an associate's degree or a certificate, or at least get some of whatever they have to spend at university for like the basic classes. Like you might need some math and science or English, and so it's cheaper to take it at the community college. So California basically pays you for your community college. So in Massachusetts, that is not the case. you have to spend a lot of money even for community college. And as a poor college student eating ramen, you guys know. Actually, I can't say that you know because I'm comparing it to American culture, but I don't even know if you guys do like the ramen diet. But yeah, so that was crazy. So they certain states will give you a stipend, kind of like what you're talking about, and so that's great. But universities don't do that. So yeah, it gets expensive, man. There we go. So I'm just trying to see if I can darken this up a little bit. Let's see what happens if I do that. That's still a little too silvery. Maybe I'll do a little bit of the dwarven bronze. We are broke artists. We know how to eat ramen every day. Yeah, that's the thing. I wasn't even sure. So like I said, there's lots of stuff that I take for granted of being in America. I don't know what has like, is that part of just our culture? Is that something that's kind of worldwide? You know, here in DK, they're full of many divided programs, but I'm not quite sure why. Yeah. By the way, 3D, we kind of talked about it a little bit. I'm changing the subject completely. We should coordinate our efforts for the Create-a-thon, which is coming up in October, and have some sort of like cross promotional thing. If you want, you don't got to do it. I'm not trying to strong arm you, but I feel like that would be really cool to have like if you wanted to even just do your co-op missions. We could talk about like the theme that I'm thinking of for the different weeks and whatnot. We gotta chat. We gotta chat. We just haven't really chatted. So I'm telling you now that we gotta chat. That's all. All right. So this is not a paintbrush, by the way. This is a clay forming thing that I'm just like throwing this stuff on. I'm just playing around. I'm just trying to touch this. After this, I might just throw the blood on it. But you gotta be careful because it's you like fleck it. It's not quite coming out the way that I want to, and I think it's because I didn't prime it with the black, like I said. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody else is really going to pay attention to it to the degree that I am. Sure, we can do that. We have the list, so we could run the poll too. Yeah. So my thought process, I don't remember how much I've talked to you about it, was potentially like each week would have like a structured theme, and then so it's based off the movies. So we're doing like the scary movies, or not necessarily scary movies, but Halloween time movies, like Edward Scissorhands, Coraline. Is that it? So I'm trying to do ones like Friday the 13th. Obviously, that's a scary movie, but then other ones that people might relate more to, like if they don't like the scary stuff, and then they can take any medium that they want. So you could do like 3D modeling, you could do drawing, or rendering, or Photoshop in my case. Um, and so then people just post the stuff at the end of the week and kind of just get a chance to share it. It's like it's not really like a competition. It's just what we're doing here, just a little bit more structured, I guess, and centered around the time frame. So I don't know how many people will be interested, but it could be fun. Daniel says, I wish I had the skills to do two things at the same time as Dave. Talking and painting at the same time. Me trying Blender and chat at the same time. Not working so good. Are you doing Blender right now, Dan? I said to him already that he is the guy who doesn't have to lower his volume. While parking. To lower my volume while parking? I don't know. So I'm not actually being overly productive, honestly, Dan, with this painting. I feel like I'm going slower than I normally would, but I mean that's par for the course of like you said. Even my brain, I can't do too many things. We can talk to the guys later about it. Yeah, we'll talk with you guys later about it. Working on the cooperative challenge a bit. Oh yeah. So you guys finished off. I really wanted to get mine done, but I was taking a little too much time to learn the interface again. And 4.2, which works differently than 2.8, which is what I was on. I think it was 2.88. So yeah, but I'm trying something that is what I want to do. I'm trying something that I feel like is very accessible. Hold on, I'm trying to find my other paintbrush that I need. Oh wait. Yeah, see now I can't. Here it is. Yeah, I shadow wash. Do I want to do brown wash? Do I want to do flesh wash? Let's try a brown wash. I'm thinking of doing I started to do a push pop. Don't push me, push pop, because it's just a cylinder essentially, but then it has like a little bit of a taper, if I remember correctly. And I figured that would be easy enough for me to do and play around with it. That's why on that that file that I showed you guys, I was using the glass. I mean, that was on my 124 text because I saw the text. I started to work and I saw the text. I'm like, oh, I don't remember the text layer before. So that's why I did the 124 productions, and then I kind of went down the rabbit hole with like the different fisheye lenses. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So yeah. Anyway, that's what that is. But yeah, I like the kind of translucent glass element, so, or material rather, and yeah. So that was fun. But yeah, trying to relearn some of the basics and just get used to it again because it's been so long. Working on the Crappy challenge. Okay, not yours, by Inside the Car. I'm lost. Philip, I'm just going to agree with you. That is more than fair. I am still trying to learn the interface 2 years later. Oh, well, that makes me feel better. No blame on Blender UI, though. I love it now. Hard to learn in the beginning, but 3D is hard. Yeah, I will say, like I really enjoy it, and I think the hardest thing is just learning all the, like, there's so I haven't even touched nodes, man. I think nodes came around somewhere around 3, right? Or were they there before and I just didn't know about them? Or maybe it was like procedural generation was part of the node thing. I remember there was a big update to nodes, or it was nodes. I don't know. But I'm not anywhere near touching nodes, man. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go with this one. That's a good one. No, you stay down there. You're not part of this. Oh, one of the things you guys could do if you don't have a 3D printer, I don't know if you heard that because I was bending down. If you don't have a 3D printer, you could create something in clay. So this is actually a clay model. Let me put it right here. So this is, I made this last year, and it's just clay, and then I baked it. And yeah, nothing crazy, and I just painted it and then had fun with it. It's a good paperweight. But Maggie inspired that because she does a lot of work in clay. Dan eats nodes for breakfast. All right, well, I'm going to go to Dan whenever I need a sort of procedural engineering. You will scrub your hands for hours after the live stream. Oh, dude, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's and this has like silvery flecks to it. But yeah, I want to be cognizant too. So you guys are what, 6 hours ahead right now? Some of you. I don't know about the other guys. Some of you are like 5 hours ahead of me. So appreciate you guys showing up. But I decided to do it Saturday because, you know, represent over there. You were working on the photo with the pumpkin, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah. That's the one behind me. That's that clay sculpture that I made. That's got nothing to do with it. But yeah, no, the pumpkin dude is behind me. I finally printed it, and it's awesome. It's 18 inches by 24 inches, which is, I don't know what that is metric, but it's huge. I mean, you saw it just a minute ago. It's like this big by that big. So yeah. Ooh, that's looking nice. Ooh, yeah. Oh, sexy. Sorry, guys. Almost midnight here, but I have vacation, so that's all right. Oh, nice. Are you going anywhere, Dan? Or are you just loving life, loving the Blender life? Yeah, I'm going to bed somewhat early tonight. I won't be up. God, I hope I'm not up till midnight. Normally I am, but I'm trying to get to bed earlier. But we're going to see Deadpool 3 tomorrow, so I'm stoked about that. And actually, the video that I showed you guys, I don't know if you saw it, but in Discord, I posted a comment with a photo about how the video that I was trying to render out was going 10 frames a second in the render. which is real slow. But I tried to add this kind of cloudy background to, you'll see in it. But the purple and or the kind of the red and blue color that you see in the screenshot, that's a moving cloudy background to kind of match my YouTube background or header. That wash go. That's the flesh wash. Yeah. But that takes a lot. I slowed it down and I did some interpolation to it. So it's heavy. So I was at 80% before I had to go live. And so I had to cancel it and I got to start it all over again. Why did I bring that up? I don't remember. Oh, because that's the video that Brian and we were talking about Deadpool 2 as the live stream. We were talking about Deadpool 2 and VFX. And I think it was also Pirates of the Caribbean and some stuff. So I'm starting to take some of my live streams and then take like 10-ish minutes and then turn it into like full video clips, just kind of like cut it. I did it for last week's stream with Steph. I kind of liked the idea of it. So mostly Blender life. Nice. Do you do Blender for work? Dan? Or do you do like 3D modeling or anything to that, in that kind of like vein? Are you in the creative profession? No. I wasn't. No, I was rendering in DaVinci Resolve. That's my video editor that I use. And if you start to get kind of graphically heavy, and what I'm doing is I'm slowing down this clip, and the clip that I got is from Envato, and so I slowed it down, and then I did what's called optical flow, which you might be familiar with. But basically, when I'm slowing it down, it's getting kind of choppy because it's going from 30 frames a second and then bringing it down to half that, so 15 frames a second. So it gets like very choppy. So what you do is you do optical flow, or you can interpret it very different ways, but optical flow is the way that I like to do it. And it basically will restructure and add pixels in between the frames, so it kind of like makes up new frames so that it goes a little bit smoother. That's kind of an oversimplification, but you should get the idea. And so it is pretty graphically intensive, and it was over an hour that I was rendering it, and I was just surprised that it was taking that much time. So what I'm going to do, and if you ever ran into this issue with Blender, because I'm not sure if you would render videos like this with Blender, but what I'm going to do for the future, because if this, I like this background, I think I'm going to use it, is I'm going to render the background just when I have time. I'm just going to render just the background as its own clip. Like I've extended it out to be like 10 minutes. And then I'm going to render just that. And then I can take the rendered clip and then throw that into any other timeline. And then it's already rendered, so it doesn't have to go through all the processing. But is there something like that with Blender that you can do? I have been very curious about the image planes. I know that you can take image planes and do video with them. I saw a short on that, and that seems very cool to me. But I also feel like the rendering of that would be atrocious, depending on your system. Daniel says, no, software dev. Oh, that's very cool. What kind of software are you developing? Is there anything I would know? I'm using Final Cut Pro for videos. My videos are only a few minutes long, so it's not that bad with rendering as long as I keep 2K max. Yeah, this is, yeah, it's just because I have so many. So what I did, which you could do this in Final Cut also, to the best of my knowledge. Final Cut is one of the only ones I haven't tried. But I love DaVinci. It's very powerful. It's very, I mean, There's a free version that's very powerful. I used it professionally for years. Um, but what I did is I took the clips, which are like 5 second. This background that you're going to see is what my screen share is going to float over, and I took that. It's like a 5 second clip, and then I slowed it down, and then I copied that, and I just abutted a whole bunch of them. So I put it like 15 times, the same clip, put it like 15 times, and then I grouped that. I don't know what it would be called in Final Cut, but I made a compound clip. Premiere Pro would be called a nested clip, and then I slowed it down another 20% because it just works differently if you do that. And then I took a bunch of those compound clips and I put them together to make the length that I needed. So it ends up being a lot of processing, but like I said, once I do it for the first time, I won't have to do it again. The processing, it'll just be a straight video. Yeah, compound clips too. Yeah. This is how we should render animation. How you should render first render images, and after use those images to render animation. So you're saying that instead of like if you had a rig, if you had like a character that's walking in Blender, that you want to export each frame as an image and then take those images and put them in the timeline together so that it's essentially the same thing, but it's not rendering each frame. Is that basically what you're saying? Yeah, I works very similarly with video editing. Oh, I don't even know if I've been holding this center. Sorry, guys. So yeah, I'm just doing the wash right now, and this is actually coming out pretty good. The wash is just it's kind of a cheat code to make things a little grungier and dirtier and gross. And then what I'm going to do is probably have like one sec or a couple sections where I'm just going to build it up, but I got to wait for it to dry. So, um, yeah, yes, exactly. Mr. Donut Guy is having great explanation of all the process. Oh, Blender Guru. Yeah, Donut Guy. Yeah, I started watching his donut update with 3.0. He's got to be so sick of making donuts. But I mean, it's been his most popular video. So, um, yeah, I started watching with 3.0, but I mean, we're at 4.2 now, which there's quite a few things that changed the game. I really like ray tracing, man. When I clicked that, actually, you had a short recently, I think, that showed that. And it's subtle, but it's real nice. It's real nice. Yeah, we're getting up to the hour now, so I'm just gonna finish the inside here because I don't want to take too long, man. And this, I may or may not do this again next week. Who knows? Depends on what people say, what people want. Yep, I had. I don't remember what I asked. Oh yeah. Your video. I like your videos, man. But that's how we got in contact. I don't remember what video it was that I found of yours, but I was learning Blender and you popped up. I was like, this guy, he's awesome. He's the best of the best. Um, donuts were a great choice. I have no idea how the Hot Wings guy is managing his show. I think he's actually in the last season. I mean, that was a great concept. It's just a good way to have like an icebreaker, which is kind of what I'm looking to do with this channel, not to be a hot wings level guy, but like I just want people to like feel free to create and hang out and just have this like cool little community, but it's a spot to talk about other things that aren't just, like mini painting or whatever. I might do Photoshop. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. Like I said, depends on who's on, who wants what I'm feeling. This has been kind of cool though. I think having something you can tangibly see and it's not just me sharing. Last one, probably because of the health issues. Oh yeah. Oh my god, I can't even imagine. Yeah. Oh, nice. Look at that. That's beautiful. I might actually try to build this up a little bit more because I get all this extra down in there. Yeah, I get all these little pieces too. I'm not going to do them tonight. Or I might do them off screen. I might just like have fun with it. But these are some of the broken pieces. And so for those of you that didn't actually see last week's stream, what I'm going to do is, because this broke when I was building it, I'm going to have it on a plaque that I'm going to build in my wood shop. Just a basic one, nothing crazy. And it's just going to be like these pieces are scattered around. And it's just, I'm going to call it game over. So it's, again, one of those things, just trying to make the best of a bad situation. So yes, I have a dog. Did you catch a bark in the bark? Yeah, you did. Hold on. Max, come here. I also have a cat who's sitting right here. She's waiting to be fed. It's half an hour past her food time. Come here, bud. Well, first I'll show you the cat because she's here. So there's the cat. Okay, come here. Come on up. People want to say hi. Ready? Oh, good boy. Oh, this is Max. Yeah, yeah. Okay, you want to give me a kiss? Yeah, there you go. Good boy. There you go. Okay. He's an old man. He doesn't like to be held up like that. He's also probably a little upset because it's past his food time. Can you post later shorts with the helmet and better quality as you did? Oh yeah, for sure. And so I'm actually going to be. That's like, oh my god, I got so much hair now. Dog hair, cat hair. Yeah, so for sure, what I'm going to do, Philip, is post this thing. I'll take like a 10-minute clip ish, and so I'm trying to just take like a chunk and throw it on, and like maybe Fridays. Tonight, if it will post, I'm gonna, or maybe it'll probably be tomorrow at this rate. That video that I was doing, like I said, with Deadpool. I'm gonna post that. I might actually cut that up into a couple different clips because there was a conversation, a VFX conversation that I had with Brian that was really good. And then I think I have the Photoshop process of what I was working on. And then I don't remember if that one had a lot of what he was working on. So I don't know how much of that I can clip up. But hello, cat and dog. Dave, he hates you. LOL. Can you post later? Oh, the dog hates me? No, he doesn't hate me at all. That's my boy. Wait, where'd my thing go? Yeah, okay. Yeah, man. So yeah, I'll post that stuff up with the higher quality. Yeah, originally, like I said, this was gonna be a Wednesday, but I had that shoot. Such a cool shoot, man. I'll tell you about it more in Discord. I don't want to go too long here, but yeah, I had such a good time, and I had a good time with some peers, which was really cool. People that, like, we speak the same language, like the video production side of stuff, and like it was just, and construction, because I'm a specialist in the construction imaging space, which there really aren't any that I know of. And these guys do construction, so they're not really. I I'm going to say that they're specialists in that space too. I don't know 100% of the other stuff that they do, but we were doing interviews uh, for this project, this house that got renovated, that was a multi-million-dollar place. So it was super cool. So okay, so I'm just going to kind of feather this guy in here like that. I do kind of want some harsh lines. Oh, and I'm off there. Yeah, so we'll see what Riverside comes up with for little shorts on this, which is, again, it's pretty good. It also does a really good job with transcribing, so then I don't have to do that within DaVinci, but I can do it within DaVinci. It just takes a little longer. Okay, nice, because I'm sure we can't see well enough all the details now. Yeah. Yeah, so one of the other things too, in a couple months, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna get the iPhone 16. This is the iPhone 13 Pro Max, but the cable connector, the charging connector, is completely boned. It doesn't work at all. Period. So I use wireless charging. But the reason, one of the things so when I get the 16, it has USB-C. I think that this is using Wi-Fi right now. So I think when I get the USB-C version, the 16, that I can use my USB-C to Ethernet adapter so that I can plug it right into the Ethernet, so I can actually have a nice, so like the quality of my face right now is much better than what you're looking at. And so I'm hoping it's going to match that quality. I'm sorry that my face is in such high detail for you. That stinks for you. I'm sorry. But there it is. so, um, so let's see, nice back. Yeah, good time because of nice back scratching. And damn diamond floors. So, yeah. All right, dudes. Do you guys have any questions, comments, concerns? Let me know. If not, I mean, I'll chat with you guys in the Blender Hub. Also, in the comments of this video, what I'm going to do is I got to put the Creative Den link like I normally do, but then I'm also going to add in the Blender Hub, which is Philip's community, and that's for 3D Blender stuff. And so a lot of the conversation that's been going on here is because those guys came over from that. So awesome community if you're trying to learn about Blender, 3D in general, but like Blender specifically. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you being here. And then Dan, I look forward to seeing what you're working on, living that Blender life during vacation. So yeah, guys, I will talk to you again. Thanks for joining, and until next time, be good to each other.